is different.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And on tap tonight, it's the Sacramento Kings going up against the Toronto Raptors in their house, Air Canada Center. For Toronto, they are really playing at a high level right now, going 8-1 over the last 9 games. We're going to see Zach Randolph getting some minutes in this game as he hits the late stage of his career. He shifted to coming off the bench most of the time. How do you like him in that role, Kenny?
I'll tell you, he's defeating Father Time.
Oh,
because
no one's defeating
Father
Time.
This guy gives the second unit.
You can't
He's
say
coming
that.
off the
He's
bench.
not
Unit, a
defeating Father
real big
Time.
option, but he comes in like a starter. Father Time is losing to him.
Listen, Ernie, what it is a great option to have off any bench or any team. The guy is a former All-Star, so he still has to score in the building. You put him in with a second unit, anybody can do that. I could do that right now, but I'm not going to do it.
Don't get carried away.
Well, Father Time won that battle.
As we send you to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard.
It's a road game for the Kings, and they're facing an interconference matchup in today's game. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. And our broadcast team tonight, Greg Anthony here to my left and Steve Smith to my right, and the Hall of Famer David Aldridge along the sideline. You look at the Raptors. They're one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, they've won 7 of their last 8.
And they prove that they know how to beat this team. We saw that in the first meeting. Can they make it a clean sweep on the season series? We'll find out tonight.
It won't be easy, but you know they are going to give their best effort to make sure that takes place.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Dwayne Casey has been the head coach in Toronto for the better part of a decade now. He said the most rewarding part of coaching has been watching his players grow up. Watching a guy go from never playing in an NBA game before to developing into an all-star player, that's probably the most rewarding thing that you can do as a coach. Now, Kevin, he's helping this team and its players both make the leap forward.
Great stuff, DA. Coach Casey definitely gets the best out of his guys. You can tell they love playing for him. And as you approach that midway point of the season, Steve, the pecking order pretty clear. Is it possible for a team to suddenly kick into a high gear and forget what's happened the first half and be completely different the second half of the season?
You know, sometimes a tweak of the lineup, a guy has been out because of injury, or a huge trade can definitely kickstart a lot of teams, and you just start to play better. The one thing is when you start to hit that chemistry, that continuity, and everything is clicking, the unselfishness, yes, you can. You can have it happen in the midseason.
And so off the tip, it's Toronto. Ibaka, the pass to Valanciunas. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
You could see on that drive that Valanciunas would not be denied. He just willed his way to the score.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court right now for the Kings, Collison and Heel, their backcourt. Skal Labissiere out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Randolph in at the center position.
That's something you hate. You're trying to come in with an aggressive mindset, and that early foul could take you right out of it.
Labissiere, the screen. Poke loose to the middle. Makes it off the glass.
can't let Labissiere get that close to the bucket. Just using that massive 6'11" frame to get a quality attempt.
On defense, Toronto. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
When things come too easy, it's easy to lose focus. But they held each other accountable and played hard.
Foul. Elbow. 2.
And really, DeMar DeRozan is a master at what he calls body hunting, that ability to just kind of draw fouls. I think he and James Harden actually are the guys that have really kind of set the tone for how to create those opportunities to get to the line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And DeMar DeRozan, always, Greg, among the league leaders in free throw attempts.
And when you look at him, 6'7", 220 pounds with tremendous athleticism, he has got all the tools. Beyond, though, that attack mentality, he's a savvy basketball player. Those little shot fakes, his footwork helped this guy live at the line.
Both free throws good from DeRozan.
And when you think about a slasher, a guy who makes his living attacking off the dribble, no better example than DeMar DeRozan.
Now, here's Fox. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Good on the bucket.
Defensively, you hate to see DeRozan in the painted area. Shoots a high percentage from that area.
You know, Steve, DeRozan, a great ball handler for his size. He can isolate or work in the pick and roll.
Does a nice job of coming off screens and rolls, being able to create for his teammates, and also a big-time slasher that can put you on a poster.
Yeah, a little too physical on that play. Tries to climb over the top of him and gets whistled for it.
A real easy call. I know you want to attack the glass, generate second chance opportunities, but you also have to pick your spots.
Here's the break. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
Wow, you knew that DeRozan has that in him. Didn't think he'd pull it off in a game, though.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now, here's Bogdanovich. Labissiere, no good.
And on some plays, everything goes your way, except for the finish.
And the basket by DeRozan.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Healed with it. Now Valanciunas defending. And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
Lacking confidence right now in his offense. He's been shaky all period.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Well, the two go hand in hand. Matching your strategy to your personnel is key.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And a $30 million, 65,000 square foot practice facility for the Raptors opening back in 2016. Smitty, have you had a chance to check it out yet?
Yeah, I have not, but I've got a chance to see pictures. As much as the players benefit, another key feature is the interactive operations room for management, a wall and conference table made up of giant touchscreens. Wow, allowing them to pull up numbers and stats. It's like something out of a movie.
And that one falls for Labissiere.
At 6'11" and about 225 pounds, Labissiere is a long guy, someone who uses that size to his advantage.
And so he hits both.
And well, last season for the Kings, they were in the hunt for a good stretch there early on, but kind of fell out of playoff contention and finally decided to pull the trigger and trade DeMarcus Cousins. It marked a major direction change that this team, I think, wanted to make.
Here's Fox. After the made shot from Kyle Lowry, they double-team Randolph. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Out to the wing. Here's Fox. Sacramento again missing. And the Cousins deal, Greg, has really been examined. But what is clear is that the Kings wanted to get younger and start rebuilding.
And you can argue if the trade was the right move or not, but management felt it was. The team's thinking was they wanted to change the atmosphere of the locker room, fully committed to bringing in youth and doing things from the ground up.
So the Kings called timeout, their first, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
But you know what? That's a problem anytime, but especially on the road where you need to be given an extra effort.
And now it's time for the Rookie Watch with this season's assist leaders. This is the newest crop of playmakers in the NBA. Fourth, De'Aaron Fox.
A number of gifted passers entering the NBA this season, and he's right up there among the very best. I like what I've seen from him as a distributor.
They set the pick. Goes up off the pick, and it's Fox with the jam.
Yeah, Fox has got great leaping ability, and he likes to get up off the ground there for the flush.
Here's DeRozan. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. That's 12 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And, guys, it's working.
They have played physical, they have owned the paint, and they have built up a decent lead here in the first.
Yep, that one goes in there. DeRozan's got 14 points.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
DeRozan brings the double team. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
Veteran move by DeRozan. Anticipates, causes the turnover, then sends them off to the races.
The Kings trail by 16. Now Hield. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
It's early, but they have taken full control of this game, and the fans here, they know it. It seems that DeRozan has been involved in every score out there in this one, just zipping around the floor.
And here are the Kings now. Fox with it. Lowry picks him up. Lowry brings the double. And Bogdanovich kicks to Hield. And just miss after miss right now.
And that's a surprise. He's usually deadly from mid-range.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And Valanciunas out of Lithuania, the 5th overall pick back in 2011.
Yeah, he's still quite young. You know, a lot of talent offensively. Defensively, he's probably had less of an impact, but that's where he has to take the next step.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And the Kings, for so long, had not been active in free agency. You have to like the moves this organization has made to bring in some vets in the offseason. Randolph and Hill bring a lot of experience and leadership to the locker room.
He doesn't get the second one. And Greg, the Kings wanted to have veteran leaders, and that's what they've got right now.
And the Kings are in a rebuild mode, and you need vets to lead that process. Show the youngsters the right way to do things, and I think the Kings have started to make some very savvy moves here as they begin this rebuild.
The timeout called by the Kings.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
And where the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for Sacramento.
And the mid-range game, probably the one area of note where they do not focus a large part of their offense, or at least maybe not as big of a focus as you'd like to see.
The Kings have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Boston. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, there's the Raptors, 3.5 back.
And for the Raptors, any fears of a regression for them this season have been laid to bed. They're an elite team yet again, and they're poised for a dominant stretch run here.
I can't see them slowing down anytime soon. If anything, I think they'll just get stronger as the playoff gets closer.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Fox kicks to Bogdanovich. Shot by Hield, nobody around. Trains the three-pointer. Hield's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Valanciunas, the shot will not fall. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Their last encounter was in Sacramento.
And that was an ugly loss for them last time playing these guys. And really, the rebounding differential was the key.
They demonstrate a real tenacity on the glass and made their presence felt. We'll see if they can repeat that kind of play.
Sacramento making a switch here. Hill's checked in. Ibaka, no luck. The Kings have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Ibaka comes with the double team. Hill with it. He's coming off a 16-point game against Minnesota. 6 to shoot. Pass to Labissiere. Offline with his 3.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
And he gets it to go. 6 points for Serge Ibaka.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Knocks it loose. And Ibaka slams it in.
When you see Serge, he's still somewhat mechanical on the drive, but it can be effective.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Jumps up, and DeRozan throws it down hard.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
DeRozan brings the double team. Bogdanovich wide open. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Bogdanovich has got himself on the board with 3 there. Here's Anunoby. No good that time. Good D by Bogdanovich. Sacramento's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Hill with it. Lowry picks him up. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
Whoa, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity. A nice move, attacking in the paint with confidence.
Here's DeRozan. Bogdanovich grabs the miss.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
The dish to Hill from past the arc, and another three for Sacramento.
That's where Hill really excels as a shooter in those catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Here's Valanciunas. Ibaka out of bounds. Sacramento takes possession.
All right, a chance to look at the stats for Kyle Lowry. He's been dominant over the last month, averaging 17 points per game, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
You know what? Everything is coming so easy for him right now, operating on the highest level.
Hill has the open look. His three-pointers off the mark.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose.
Great heads-up look there from DeRozan to get his teammate an easy basket.
Here's Hill. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And after the Raptors were swept in the 2017 conference semifinals, do you guys get the sense that Coach Dwayne Casey's on the hot seat?
You know, I don't think so. I think Casey already survived a changing of the guard in the front office. He doesn't feel the pressure to keep his job, just the pressure to do his job, putting his players in the best position to compete.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. Steve, so much of being a great offensive player is learning to draw contact and work yourself to the free throw line. When you look at the league right now, who are some of the best in the league, in your estimation, doing that?
James Harden is one of those guys. He gets to the line, double-digit figures sometimes, free throw attempts. DeMar DeRozan, DeMarcus Cousins. I think Russell Westbrook, because he's such a guy that's in attack mode and he likes contact. The guys who like contact, they get to the line a lot.
For Sacramento, they've gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Tipped away. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Boy, they are feasting right now off of all of these turnovers.
That's tipped. Down low. Here's Koufos. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Miles. Rebound by the Kings. Here's Temple. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Out to Carter. Fires the three. That one, no good. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Here's Miles. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Punishing the smaller man inside. Just good fundamental basketball.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Pirtle, he's checked in for Valanciunas.
One shot, gentlemen.
You know, the Raptors' playoff letdowns have left fans wondering, can they really contend for a title? Their offense has vanished. You think of Game 3 versus the Bucks. 30 points in the first half, the lowest scoring mark in franchise history.
Oh, terrific pick. Then kicks it right ahead, turning defense into offense.
And on the other side, that's an annoying miscue. Total lack of focus.
Carter on the wing from downtown. They get it again. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Cauley Stein's got his first points in this one.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Hard to maintain your discipline, but obviously This was the game plan coming in, and they're carrying it out.
Picked away. Here's Pirtle. Kufis grabs the miss.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
And the dunk by Pirtle.
When Pirtle is running the floor like that, it motivates his teammates. Everyone loves to see their big man move like that.
Sacramento's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. And the Raptors, one of the top teams in the East, but it's all about translating that strength to the playoffs, Steve, isn't it?
It is. The front office, they have hinted they need a culture reset, and that was something they wanted to do. They're not content with just winning 50 games and getting swept in the second round.
A second chance effort, and it's good on the layup. Siakam's got his second basket of the game.
Fantastic positioning on that offensive board, then right back up.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. From 13 feet, it goes down.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Now, here's Kufis, guarded closely. Here's Mason, and he starts out with the miss in this one. And so it's DeMar DeRozan making highlights for the Toronto Raptors. He caused a lot of headaches with his defense that quarter, coming up with steals again and again. And we'll be right back after this. And Serge Ibaka, known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his teammates and his coach instilled in him.
He trusts you. Every time he passes the ball, when you don't shoot, he screams you, shoot ball. Then next time what? You will shoot. And if you miss, you say, yeah, good shot. You know, and your coaches in the practice talking to your teammates. Man, when Serge is open, give him the ball. He will make that shot.
Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is, huh?
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And for the Raptors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
That's their mindset, and these extra possessions have been converted into a lead.
They've got C.J. Miles. Powell is out there with Pirtle, and it's Siakam in at the power forward position. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. Back to Cauley-Stein, and it's blocked. And another fast break for Toronto. The Raptors are running. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And wasting no time in transition, really pushing the pace.
And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Mason dishes to Kufis. Here's Cauley-Stein. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And one of the side effects of the Cousins trade was it did open up more playing time for Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, immediately he was able to step in and fill those minutes and became a much larger part of their offense.
That free throw, no good. Hey, Greg, when Cauley-Stein got those extra minutes after the Cousins deal, you could see a change in his play. Much more aggressive, much more confident.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it just takes a clear path to minutes to change a player. Cauley-Stein had been getting better and better before the trade. Having the team believe he could step in was a huge boost in his confidence. and his play.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Smitty, what do you think about the super teams being put together? People have complained that it's not right for a mid-market or smaller market team like Oklahoma City to lose a Kevin Durant and go to a team that's already great. What do you think about these teams getting even stronger and maybe the other teams weakening because of it, and the overall strength of the league then is lopsided?
Well, I think when you look at it, when you watch teams that win championship, they always usually have a big three, some kind of way. But I think now people are looking at it, if it's, I guess, created organically, people are right. But I think now people are saying, how can a guy just lose to these guys and join them? But I think it's still a business, and I think when a guy is a free agent, he has that choice. And you look at Kevin Durant speaking, he wanted to go where he thought was the best place for him to win a championship, where he felt comfortable. It's just that they just lost to the Golden State. That's why I think a lot of people are unhappy.
And not an indictment on Oklahoma City, but I think also, would you agree, Steve, the style of play with the Warriors really attracted Durant?
I think the style of play by the Warriors would attract me right now, and I can't get up in town and run. He likes to shoot threes. He likes to get up, and his offense is probably what he does best. And Golden State Warriors are one of those teams, they do it at a high level. It was a match made in heaven.
In the corner, it's Temple. Cauley Stein, a screen. 5 on the clock. Elbow shot. Second chance shot. It's deflected.
Gotta love the shot blocking ability of Pirtle. Wonderful timing right there.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, but I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post. I agree. Kevin?
Well, the centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint. Now here's Cauley Stein. He's got 6. Here's Koufos. And a chance now to review the shot chart for the Raptors.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. He's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon.
First free throw is good. And you look at this Kings roster, and Greg, you can see the youth movement is in full effect.
Yeah, and Buddy Hield headlines the group as he comes over in that Cousins trade. Skal Labissiere and Willie Cauley-Stein, also a big part of this team's future. And then getting Fox as a rookie to kind of run the ship, another great building block.
You know, the Raptors have the advantage of continuity. There's a trust and a understanding they share helps them win a lot of games.
And let's use this break to bring up the top scoring teams in the league so far this season. These are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. In fourth, the Raptors.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
Toronto grabs the miss. Siakam's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And we can talk about the continuity and maturity of this Raptors team. Is there a flip side to that, Steve? Does that limit their upside?
Well, Kevin, is interesting. This front office has brought in some nice young pieces. I wouldn't write off their upside. They can improve if those younger guys make some strides.
The Raptors have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. And it's Miles missing. The Kings have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And here is Fox. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good. Here's Miles, and the layup is good. Miles has got 12 points in the game.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Temple, guarded by Powell. Back to Temple. And Fox has it in the corner. Carter outside. Good on the triple. Carter's got his second bucket.
How about the awareness there from Fox? You got to love seeing how he is such a willing passer in finding the open man.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
There's the pick. Temple the pass to Koufos. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
And because of his size, that's a difficult shot to contest.
But it's not just the size, it's the natural feel for the mid-range game. Not everyone has it. Nice interior passing, and then the strong finish.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Now, here's Fox. Defense is right there. A nice shot by Koufos. Koufos has got 7 points for the quarter.
His temperature is rising. I mean, it is rising.
Here's Siakam. Score the basket. His fourth. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Cauley Stein. Here's Koufos. Tries yet again. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. And Miles kicks to Powell. Here's Siakam. It's hauled in by the Kings. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. They're in the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3. Feeds it to Temple. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And Sacramento has possession. Outside Randolph. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Labissiere. Here's Fox. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 5th rebound in this one. Tips it up. Here's DeRozan. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. DeRozan's got 24 points. Fox against Lowry. Fox dishes to Randolph. Outside Bogdanovich. He feeds it to Fox. Lowry brings the double. Here's Bogdanovich. Sinks the three-pointer. Bogdanovich has got 6. Raptors shooting 53% in the second quarter. Good ball movement, yielding good looks. Lowry, good.
It is so hard to stay in front of a guy like Kyle Lowry because he is so quick laterally with the ball.
Sacramento's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
And checking out the numbers for Siakam, how last month turned out for him, he's putting up about 5 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Totally. You want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. He definitely keeps you solid up front.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. And it's Ibaka in for Pascal Siakam. Here's Randolph. Rebound by the Raptors. Ibaka's got 6 rebounds in the game.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
DeRozan has such good body control that it's very difficult to disrupt his shot with contact.
And Ibaka, a cornerstone player for 7 years in Oklahoma City, but they trade him away to Orlando and subsequently traded to Toronto.
You thought he'd have a bigger role in OKC under Billy Donovan, but it didn't happen. He wasn't content to just spot up and wait for the basketball. And they thought he might leave in free agency, so they looked to get value in return.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Hill kicks to Labissiere. To the paint. Looks for Randolph. Gets it to him. Over Valanciunas.
Valanciunas, he's got that long wingspan. You saw it right there on that play.
Just increasing their advantage. And right now, they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. credit their killer instinct for piling on.
Hill with it. Lowry picks him up. Hill passes to Randall. That one's off, still out of sync. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
Here's a look at some stats for Randolph. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. 14th in field goal percentage. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And as you mentioned, one of the more efficient scorers in pro basketball.
Gentlemen,
he challenges
shots.
defenders with his bravado. And more often than not, he prevails. And the first one drops. Smitty, you were very much the prototypical wing player during your career. When you look around the league, which current player reminds you, say, most of yourself and your style?
You know, I think a guy, he's getting a little bit older, but I think a similar guy for me was Joe Johnson. Some of the guys I love watching right now, I was definitely not that long, and a guy could create that much space is Giannis because he can handle the basketball. I'm looking forward to watching Ben Simmons. I like the 6'8", 6'9" guys that can handle the basketball, but I would say Joe Johnson, and he's still going.
Now here's Hield, DeRozan defending, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at the Rockets, a terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season as we all know. And of course the Kings, right now quite a ways down below.
And checking out Sacramento, this season has to really become a wake-up call for them moving forward. If they didn't recognize before this year that they didn't have the talent to compete in this league, they sure as heck better recognize it now.
I'm sure they do, because it's obvious that the way this team is currently constructed just isn't working. Changes have to be made, and they can't wait too long to make them.
The Kings have shot 3 of 6 at the foul line.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
Free throw drops for Hield. When the Kings struggled last season, Greg, they did so because they just couldn't get stops in the defensive end.
And defense, something that this team will struggle with at times. A lot of it is they don't protect the rim or close out, particularly on that three-point shot. And so much of defense just boils down to challenging shooters whenever you can. It's about giving more effort on that side of the ball.
And Buddy Hield, the centerpiece of the DeMarcus Cousins trade. Talk about what makes him, Greg, so intriguing.
Well, the Wooden Award winner in his senior season, he led Oklahoma to the Final Four. And how about leading the nation in three-pointers made? I think that can translate to the NBA level and could make him a difference maker.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Mason, he checked in for Bogdanovich. Anunoby passes to Valanciunas. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And Sacramento will go the other way with it.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Mason dishes to Labissiere. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
And that's the look this offense is designed to produce.
Always frustrating when you do everything right, yet just can't complete the play.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
The steal. Here's Valanciunas, and he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And Valanciunas, far from a finished product, Steve. His coaches and teammates feel he will get better, but in your opinion, where does he need to improve?
I think on a defensive end, he does a nice job of blocking shots, but I would love to see him in rotations, being able to be there a little bit earlier. And then on the offensive end, extend his range a little bit more and also have somewhat of a go-to move down on the low block.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas.
And he needs to get back to what he was doing in that first quarter when he was in attack mode, drawing fouls and getting to the line.
Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And DeRozan at the basket on the assist by Lowry. 34 points for DeMar DeRozan.
The perfect set of skills to flourish in transition. DeRozan's got it all.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. For Sacramento, they have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
2.
And that one falls for Mason. And Mason drops them both.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the... But that after.
Way up there. Kyle Lowry with great vision and court awareness on that play. What a pass.
59 seconds left in the first half of the game. Lowry brings the double. Mason against Lowry, and there's the feed to Hield. Randolph sets a screen for Hield. Randolph kicks to Hield, 6 to shoot. Shoots the 3. Randolph, and the second chance effort by Randolph.
Zach Randolph is just relentless on the glass, one of the best offensive rebounders we have in the game.
And Ibaka slams it in.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Lowry brings the double, knocks it loose, and that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Lowry brings the double, and there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. The Kings have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10.
Two shot.
And that one falls for Mason. And Mason drops them both. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's DeRozan. And that one comes up a bit short. Now Hield. It's stolen by DeRozan. Gets it off. And so it's Toronto with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Kyle, a good first half for you all. How do you continue that for the rest of the game?
We got to come out with our energy. We got to come out and play our game and keep going out there and pushing. Our defense and everybody's rotating, so we're playing together right now.
We'll see if you stay connected in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. We have an exhilarated home crowd joining us for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaq. DeMar DeRozan brought his A game early tonight. He ended up with 36 points, 2 assists, and also 8 steals. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
What impressed me and continues to impress me is how much DeRozan has improved. A volume shooter who maintains efficiency with a high free throw rate and tremendous in isolation. Not many guys can stop him one-on-one, and we saw that in the first half.
Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
That's it for halftime. Glad you could join us, as now we send you back to the action for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back to Canada. The famous Toronto sign here in Nathan Phillips Square, just in front of City Hall. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really valued each possession.
You know what? It's hard to do. Staying focused and disciplined with your approach.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. On the floor for Sacramento, Collison and Heel, their backcourt. Labissiere out there with Zach Randolph. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. Fox passes to Randolph. Knocks it loose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots a 3. Bogdanovich, no luck. Toronto's shooting has been just fantastic, around 65% tonight, getting exactly what they want when they want it.
Very few defenders in this league feel comfortable with DeRozan coming right at them on the drive like that.
Here's Fox. Outside, Bogdanovich. And Fox has it in the corner. A three-pointer is right on target. Fox has got 5.
Bad communication defensively. This is the last guy you want to leave open from there.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Raptors coach Dwayne Casey talked about the chemistry on his team. He said, "We couldn't be better. There's no ego, no hidden agendas. Guys understand their roles." Kyle Lowry told me, "We're a complete team, 15 deep, and we really mean that. You never know whose time it's going to be." Kevin?
DA depth is a crucial part of any team's success. Knowing you can rely on your teammates to step up is huge.
And if you are the D, you can't let Labissiere get these second chance opportunities. He is so skilled at reading shot trajectories and putting himself in the right position.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Lowry with the ball. He has 6. Here's Valanciunas. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got his 9th assist in the game now.
He usually shoots a high percentage in the paint, and on that play, Valanciunas got it done.
Here's Fox. 5 points in the game, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. Here's Fox. Labissiere, the screen. Shot clock at 6. Inside, off the pick. Randolph can't hit.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
Here's Valanciunas, and the dunk by Valanciunas.
And Valanciunas just shrugging off the contact there to finish the play.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Fox dishes to Bogdanovich. Healed from outside. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. DeRozan's shot is good.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Fox kicks to Randolph. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. For Sacramento, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
One shot.
And the technical free throw is good. The Kings making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Bogdanovich. Sacramento again missing.
And he's such a complete player, Kyle Lowry. He defends, shoots with range, creates for his teammates, and he is fearless attacking the lane.
Now, here's Fox. 5 points in the game. Outside DeRozan. And he hammers that one down right in the face of De'Aaron Fox.
And everything they're attempting is going in. Tremendous run here in the third.
Something went on in that locker room. They've come out aggressive, but also extremely focused.
And Lowry, an excellent finisher, Smitty, for a player his height.
He'll post you up at the point guard position. What I really liked is he's worked on his mid-range game. And the shots behind the line, that's the strength of his right now.
They grab their own miss. Here's Ibaka from the right block. The shot is good. Ibaka's got 16 points.
That's all confidence right there. He knows he's in a groove, and they've got this team on its heels.
Second shot opportunity, and there's the nice layup by Cauley Stein.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Oh!
You see with DeMar, the long step on the drive, then quick to go airborne.
Kings have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. And Bogdanovich kicks to Labissiere. Cauley Stein a screen. Healed with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 3-pointer. And Hield gets it to go on the assist by Fox. Hield's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Kings. Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Love the flush there from Valanciunas, leaving no doubt on that play.
Sacramento's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Poke loose. Out of bounds. Kings ball as Sacramento keeps possession.
And with the break here, let's look at the stats for DeRozan. Getting around 24 points per, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
He stacks up points. Reason why? Because that's his mindset. He wants to carry the load and clearly is successful at it.
Labissiere, the screen, 4 on the shot clock. DeRozan brings the double team. Wide open look here for Cauley Stein. Off target from three-point range. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul. It goes against Sacramento. Raptors have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Two shot.
And he knocks down the first one.
Love how DeRozan has grown as a player, as a leader of this team, and he's done a great job learning how to get to the line more frequently.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Kufis checked in for Skal Labissiere. Carter comes in for Bogdanovich. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Buddy Hield. Both free throws good from DeRozan. And here are the Kings now. Carter on the wing, fires the three. Rebound by the Raptors. Pirtle's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Powell. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists.
Defense, for me, just hasn't made the commitment to sprint back in transition, and that's why you see such a huge differential in fast break points.
Tipped away. Here's Powell. Here's Siakam. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. And for Sacramento, they're shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Here's Temple, looking for his first basket still in this one. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for DeRozan.
And what a big-time game we've seen from him. He's been the one looking to create and get a shot each trip down the floor. Every time a shot falls, his confidence just grows and grows. Just an all-around tremendous offensive showing.
Here's Cauley Stein. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
A beautiful bounce pass on the deck. He put it only where his man could get it.
And then C.J. Miles with the dunk.
Serve and the defense there. He makes a terrific read.
The Kings have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Took him no time at all on that one. Carter's got 8.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
That one drops for him.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's Temple. Dishes to Kufis. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Strong move at the rim. Overpowers the smaller defender.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Hill, he's checked in for Carter.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Kufis. The Raptors shooting 69%, showing you what a well-oiled offense looks like tonight. Yep, that one goes. 16 points for Jakob Poeltl.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Poeltl with the double team. Poeltl with the steal. And the Raptors tack on 2 more.
And when Poeltl gets on a roll, he's hard to contain. Boy, he can catch fire in a hurry.
And here is Mason. Cauley Stein kicks to Kufis. Here's Miles. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now Mason kicks it to Cauley Stein. Misses, and he wants that one back. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
And it's going to be a 3-second call. And for Sacramento, they're shooting 47% from the field in the 3rd. Mason kicks to Kufis. Coley Stein a screen. Bertle with the double team. Kufis the pass to Hill. Back to Kufis. And Temple now atop the key. Clock at 6. Here's Mason. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
Here's Van Vliet. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul. It goes against Sacramento. It's his first trip to the line.
An 85% shooter there, and they've been able to count on him hitting his shots from the line.
Two.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. And for Sacramento, they're shooting around 41% on the night. Temple dishes to Coley Stein. Hill kicks to Kufis. There's the pass to Mason. Just 5 to shoot. Goes up on the wing. Rebound by the Raptors.
Looking a little tentative on a very makeable shot, and this one was uncontested.
And George Hill with an uptick in scoring in recent years. Smitty, do you like that mindset?
You know, I do, Kevin, especially for him. He's not a pure point guard as far as vision, but he's an efficient scorer. Putting up points is the best way for him to impact the game offensively.
Man, he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
Here's Temple. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Coley Stein a screen. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. There's a break in the action, so let's now take a look at the teams with the highest field goal shooting percentage. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. In fourth, the Raptors.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Skying high, one of his advantages as an undersized forward.
And for Sacramento, they're shooting in the second half so far about 45%. To the inside. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Coley Stein's got 8 points in the quarter.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
It doesn't take much for Pirtle to throw it down. At 7 feet tall, all he has to do is be near the hoop.
Hill passes to Kufis. Coley Stein a screen. The dish to Temple. 1:49 left in the third. Mason kicks to Hill. That's tipped. Now here's Powell. Guarded closely. No good that time. And Sacramento has possession. Mason kicks to Kufis. And Hill has it in the corner. Again missing Hill.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
Taking 2 shots.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The free throw drops for Powell. Zach Randolph, he's checked in for the Kings. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And the Kings shooting not great, 40% for the game. Randolph a screen. Mason dishes to Hill. Again, the miss by the Kings.
I can't believe he hasn't hit a shot all period. Someone else needs to step up and help close the gap.
59 seconds left to play in the third. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Randolph passes to Hill. He kicks it to Mason. It's back to Hill. 6 to shoot. They get it back. Randolph's shot is good.
When Randolph gets space near the basket, he's deadly.
Baseline J on the way. Here's Pirtle. Basket counts. Pirtle's got 12 points in just the second half.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Stolen by Miles. Here's Powell.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. Passes it to Mason. 14 feet away. And that one comes up a bit short. Here's Siakam. And so it's Toronto, able to put on a show for the ages. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
But man, we got to get down and get engaged until the end. All right, be precise, send the ball to the screen, come across the screen, focus on the defensive end. Let's go.
Here you hear Dwayne Casey asking for more precision on offense and more attention to detail on defense.
Yeah, carry out your assignments on both ends. Do the little things that ultimately make a big difference in the outcome of a game.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. They've got Pirtle. C.J. Miles is out there with Brown. And it's Caboclo in at the shooting guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
Jackson kicks to Randolph. Shoots over Miles. Nice shot by Randolph.
Even when the defense all over him, Zach Randolph is just too powerful. He has all the answers.
Raptors shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight. Here's Miles. Rebounded by Jackson. Here's Sacramento. He dishes it to Mason. Back to Jackson. Pass to Richardson. From outside, off the mark. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And for Sacramento, they're shooting 40% from the field. Mason with it. Picked up by Brown. Randolph, a screen on Miles. Miles against Mason. Knocked away. And so the ball is out of bounds. Miles touched it last. Carter, he's checked in for Mason. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Shot clock at 3. Jackson is doubled, and that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. From the inbound. And it comes off the front of the rim. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Here's Miles, 8 for 15 with that made basket, but he's not satisfied yet.
Guys, he's having a ball out there. I mean, we knew going in that he'd have an advantage on the glass, but I didn't think he could be this dominant. What a difference.
And he's not going to back off. Even with that big lead, he's going to get more motivated to keep stretching out their lead.
They are just killing them on the interior.
For Sacramento, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Randolph sets a screen for Richardson. It's stolen by Brown. And here they come. Goes up. And C.J. Miles with the slam.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
That's what's extending this lead. The right plays, right time, and good finishing.
Randolph. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, this is what happens when you're a threat down low. You attract a lot of defensive attention.
This isn't a tough case to crack. If they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on D.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. They set the pick. Back to Jackson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Assertive in the painted area. This is what every coach preaches.
To the paint, here's Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
You know what? It's two competing philosophies. One team playing it close to the vest, the other fast and loose. Great eye contact. Guys working in tandem in the paint.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Picked by Randolph. Jackson is doubled. Goof is with it. Back to Jackson. 5 to shoot. Richardson, that's a two-pointer, and it's Toronto with the rebound. Pirtle's got 14, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow.
You get a chance to see the elite court vision there. Excellent pass.
For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Richardson kicks to Randolph. Outside Jackson, shoots the 3. Nailed from three-point land.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, forcing defenders to come out and guard them, which could open up driving lanes if they want to take advantage of that. And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
Here's Richardson. Richardson missing again.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play.
Kings have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Outside Jackson. Back to Koufos. Jackson dishes to Randolph. Just 5 to shoot. A 3-ball. And there's Jackson on the assist by Randolph. Jackson's got 8 here in the quarter.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
What vision from Pirtle, getting the pass over to the wide open man.
Now here's Richardson. Steve, we're hearing more and more about video game competitions, the rise of esports. It's big business. Have you been following any of that?
Yes, I have. Rick, Fox, Jack, those guys with E-League here at Turner Sports. I get a chance to watch it, bring my kids here, and watch of it. I'm amazed. It's growing and growing and growing, and I love the competition of Rick Fox, Echo Fox versus Shaq's team.
Snatched away. Fast break Toronto. Here's Brown. Up again. Randolph grabs the board. Randolph's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Richardson kicks to Randolph. Sacramento moving it around. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Whoa, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
Some changes for Sacramento. Labissiere comes in for Zach Randolph, and it's Fox in for Malachi Richardson. So it's Sacramento now. Carter outside. Pirtle with the double team. Stolen by Miles. One-on-one fast break. Here's Caboclo. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Fox against Brown. Here's Koufos. Second chance shot. And it's Labissiere getting it to go.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Really nice work. Pirtle going to town on the weak defense down in the paint.
Jackson kicks to Koufos. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. On the last half-decade or so, the NBA, Steve, has realized the true value of the corner three, and now offenses all over the league are designed to take advantage of it. Part of that is because it's just closer to the rim than any other three-pointer.
Yeah, you're right, and you should. I mean, when you have a three-point arc, yes, the corner threes are going to be shorter, and it's harder from a guy to shoot it from straight on. But when you have a guy that can shoot it straight on, you can see the dynamics of a team defensively. It's hard to cover. But I don't think the NBA should widen the court because of the value of the corner three. That's a part of the game.
Should the lane be widened? Should we talk about the court and making all the threes the same length? What about the lane?
Well, I think you can widen the lane if you change the defensive rules, because right now you're allowed to play zone. If you went back to man-to-man, yes, I think you should widen it. But teams are allowed to play zone. I think the value of keeping it the same helps the defense a little bit more.
And the Raptors making a change here. Powell's checked in. And so he's able to get one of two. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing. And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
The reason why a number of guys on this roster, they are built for speed. Why not play to your strengths?
Labissiere, the pass to Fox. Here's Bogdanovich. Cans it from downtown.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Sacramento's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Carter dishes to Koufos. Feeds to Bogdanovich. Toronto grabs the miss. Miles has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Nice shot by Pirtle. Pirtle's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Carter kicks to Bogdanovich. And the new CBA hammered out Smitty last season between the league and the players. It really seemed to get done. Adam Silver, a terrific job. Chris Paul leading the players' side. They got together early and seemed to be much more cordial in their negotiations. I think that's a wonderful sign.
I think the game is in good hands right now, and I was happy from, like you said, from the league side and the players' union side. You said it best, Kevin. They got together early, and that's why I think it was seamless. And the game right now is going so well, and they didn't mess it up, and I'm happy about it.
And you know what? I'll even go on. I'll take it one step further. I don't know if there's a professional league in the world right now that is in better shape in almost every aspect than the NBA. What do you think?
I totally agree, Kevin. Right now, we have a magical time right now in the NBA. Things are running well on the court and off the court. Well, his sophomore season at Utah, Jakob Poeltl led the Pac-12 in field goal percentage at over 68%. Once he developed his left hand, defenders couldn't do anything to stop him.
That one misses. And Steve Pirtle was a dominant low-post scorer in college. Can he replicate that, you think, in the NBA?
You know, I think it's going to be hard. Post offense is losing favor in this NBA. You love a big man with soft hands and the ability to finish around the basket, but he has to develop some kind of jump shot. You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate. Fantastic rim protection. That's not in his wheelhouse to overcome.
Stolen by Miles. Here's Powell.
Raptors, Norman Powell. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. The Raptors making a switch here. Valanciunas is checked in. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Sacramento's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. And it's Carter missing. The Raptors shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. Kept alive, a second chance effort, and he sinks the layup. Pirtle's got 39.
Got to be on the lookout for Pirtle crashing the glass, using his body to wreck the defense on the boards.
And Brown over to help. Carter, the pass to Labissiere. And Labissiere throws it down.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook. Here's Valanciunas. That's in, and he's 7 for 12 now in the game.
That wasn't an easy finish from Valanciunas. The big man didn't have a good look, but got it to drop anyway.
Carter kicks to Kufis. Inside, Fox. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Fox has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Sharing the basketball. Plenty of guys talk about it, but not everyone does it.
Miles, that's good. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. Fox kicks to Bogdanovich. Second shot opportunity. He takes it up and lays it in.
His combination of energy and anticipation showing up on the offensive glass.
Pirtle dishes to Miles. Ready by Bogdanovich. The Kings shooting 55% in the fourth. They are executing late.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Raptors.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for DeMar DeRozan.
You know what stood out to me was the anticipation defensively. He sensed what the offense wanted to run, then found ways to disrupt that and cause turnovers.
Labissiere, the screen. Kufis, the pass to Bogdanovich. A three-pointer off the mark.
Timeout.
Toronto calls timeout.
I'm a It's like y'all be talking funny. I don't understand who the people short money on that.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMar DeRozan.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Well, what did Coach tell us? He wanted each guy to contest shots and rebound tonight. That's exactly what we just saw.
Bogdanovich, count that one.
Just good, aggressive drive from him that time. Found a hole in the D and went straight to the rim.
And there's Valanciunas on the assist from Miles.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
You know, you feel on top of the world when it happens as a player, just the relationship you have with the fans.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. DeMar, this team is playing well together. How are you encouraging and fostering that sense of all of you being together and playing well?
We're just making everybody comfortable, making each and everybody on this team comfortable. If it's jump shots, if it's attacking the basket, even if it's on the defensive end, we just giving each other confidence every time we practice.
And it sure looks like it out there tonight, DeMar. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.